Before Dr. Khalid Iqbal, we invite Professor Dr. Najia Bouden on her request. She has some emergency to join another meeting. She is the National Coordinator of Turkey Education for Employment Project, that is the Ministry of Higher Education and Research, Tunisia. She is professor at the National School of Engineers of Tunis. Professor Ramden is the co-chair of the UNSDR Science and Technology Advisory Arab Group and co-chair of that advisory group as a whole. Her research expertise comprises seismic research assessment and management, including national hazard and local site effects modeling, site investigations, building assessments, and seismic research scenario stimulation, strengthening population awareness to risk and disaster management during the last decades. Her academic mission is comprised of these projects, but Professor Bouden Ramden is Director General at the Ministry of Higher Education of Scientific Research in Tunisia, and she is in charge of the Tertiary Education for Employment project and supports the ongoing higher education reforms. Previously, she served as Senior Counselor of the Ministers of Higher Education and Scientific Research. Her title of her talk is the Managing the COVID-19 Impact Through Competitive and Innovative Funding Programs. So, Professor Dr. Najia.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Farah. I have prepared some slides, but unfortunately I can't connect rightly. But I will try to connect with my computer. Anyway, thank you for everything, for Dr. Bushra and Dr. Farah for the invitation, and I will try to connect to my computer. Just some minutes, please.
Good morning, dear colleagues, and many thanks to Dr. Bushra and Dr. Farah for the invitation. I will talk about managing the pandemic through competitive funding programs in Tunisia. But first of all, I would like to invite you to have another view of the Tunisian higher education and research system. Tunisian University was created in 1960 after the independence, and it supported the process of the nationalization of education, and the young independent Tunisia opted for free higher education, and higher education is for free till now. In 1995, Tunisia has been the first MENA country to sign the free trade area agreement with the European Union, and it adopted the Bologna process starting from 2006. And more recently, in 2015, Tunisia has also been the first MENA country to gain the European Union Associate Statute for, and more than 220,000 students and teaching research staff have been affected. Tunisia higher education seems to be agile to respond to the crisis, as the virtual University of Tunis made its platform content and IT and training capacity available to other universities, and an estimated of 110,000 tertiary education students have already signed on the virtual University of Tunis online learning platform to take classes. Also, higher education seems to be more agile to respond to the current crisis. The situation nonetheless poses many immediate challenges challenges which affect mainly low-income students more severely. For instance, unavailability of access to internet or unavailability of access to hardware, limited availability of online courses content, limited capacity and training of teaching staff for online teaching, etc., etc. While it's too early to fully assess the impact of the pandemic-related closures on the economy, Tunisia may be heading into a recession similar to many countries. And the situation poses many immediate challenges, mainly preserving the academic year by ensuring distance learning and evaluation and administrative services, building higher education system resilience with regard to future crises, and reinforcing employability of graduates. In addition to meeting these challenges, the current situation is a real opportunity to revise or reshape our higher education system, mainly by improving the quality of training and teaching, especially by adapting to Z and Alpha generations through digital solutions, specific pedagogical methodology, but also investing in a niche of excellence related to the crisis new jobs, such as e-learning, digitalization, risk assessment and management, biosecurities, SDGs, and Tunisia higher education have several assets to reach such objectives. First, universities have just achieved their strategic orientation plans, and they are revising their priorities by introducing more e-administration, information systems, digital education, and related infrastructures. Second, the existence of a range of incentives delivered to institutions through competitive and innovative funding programs, and as a consequence, the emergence of numerous added value and innovative initiatives in response to these programs. One of them is the TIP project. TIP is the acronym of Tertiary Education for Employment Employability project, which supports the current reform. And TIP has two objectives which are interconnected. The first one is improving the employability of higher education graduates. And the second objective is strengthening the management of higher education. And as I told previously, the two objectives are interconnected as a modern and proactive system enables the higher education and research system to better respond to the expectation of the social and economic environment in terms of skills to be developed, but also value to be created. TIP has four specific goals. First, improve the connection with the social and economic demand. Promote research innovation for development and competitiveness, support a modern university for developing skills, initiatives, and academic success, and finally, promoting good governance, and the modern management of the higher education and scientific research system. Why competitive funding program? Because it proved that it can support the national strategies and institutional strategies. It can foster a culture of quality and quality assurance. It reinforces the autonomy and this decentralization, and it promotes also accountability and transparency in public financial management. TIP has 5 windows, 5 incentive competitive windows. The first one is dedicated to a better connection to the labor market. The second one is for innovative and entrepreneurial universities. The third one is to support student services. The fourth one is to support the management and the governments at the universities, institutions, and research centers. And the last one is to support quality assurance and accreditation. To meet the new challenges, we are now launching a new window dedicated to promote post-COVID-19 innovative initiatives, mainly through 2 components. The first one is supporting the national digital transformation strategies, and the second one is strengthening skills for a better employability. As for the first one, the expected outcomes are preparing for a new pandemic recurrence and the contribution to the building of a more resilient higher education system, but also improving the quality through accreditation, as accreditation requires a minimum number of digitalized courses, and this accreditation will boost the internal quality assurance systems within higher education institutions, as we know that accreditation process is the primary responsibility of the internal quality committees. And finally, international recognition, also through accreditation, will have a direct impact on internationalization and attractivity of foreign students in Tunisia. As for strengthening skills for employability, the expected outcomes is the acquisition of double, triple skills, mainly to cover the needs of new trades and professions in promising industrial sectors, sustainable development sector, disaster risk reduction, circular economy, but also upgrading and retraining in new areas of education, research, and innovation, and finally, self-employment and entrepreneurship. This is what I intend to talk with you. So please feel free to ask the question, and many thanks again for these excellent initiatives.